Yeah. Yeah, man.
It started on my way back from New York City. The flight had been going smoothly up until our landing in Cincinnati. I was told that my flight was delayed due to bad weather. Keeping myself entertained, I went outside, read a book for a few hours, then made my way back to the counter to figure out what was going on with my flight. More delays later, it became clear that I would not be making my way back home anytime soon. I settled in for the night. Now outside for a cigarette, I noticed a drag queen pacing back and forth in front of a vending machine. A few minutes later, I got up and went to buy myself a bottle of water. I turned around just in time to see the drag queen staring at me. "You having a bad night, honey?" I politely motioned that I am on my phone. Then she's persistent and I eventually hang up. The drag queen, her name is Chris, asked me to join her for a cigarette. Then we chat for a while and then she asked me to join her for a drink. Now my options of hanging around the airport isn't looking like much fun, and get drunk in Cincinnati with the drag queen, and B's trying to find a spot to sleep on the cold floor. Over a drink, Chris starts to talk about how she would just love it if I would join her at a nearby casino. Now I decline, and she tells me that it's only a half-hour drive away. I again tell her that I would prefer just to stay around the airport area. We continue chatting, and after more insistence that we head to the casino, something makes me change my mind. The problem with all of this was that from the beginning, my gut was telling me that this was not a very good idea for many obvious reasons. We get in the vehicle and start to drive. I'm keeping my eye on where we're going, and I'm immediately alarmed when I realize that we were getting farther and farther away from the city. In fact, we were now on the highway. It's 12:30 in the morning at this point, and there is no one on the road except some truckers. I start to get a little creeped out and ask some questions about the casino. Where is it? Are there signs? I was assured that it wasn't much further at all, and that there would be more signs coming up at any moment. Now we keep driving. It's getting more secluded, and I still haven't seen any signs of this casino. Now at this point, I am more than a little scared. I am sick to my stomach. We take another exit, and are all of a sudden plunged into complete darkness on the road with no streetlights, no traffic, no nothing. Just farmland. We are in the middle of nowhere. I am in the middle of nowhere in Ohio with a drag queen who has asked me to go to this casino, which I don't even know truly exists. I'm about to puke. I reach in my bag and dial 911 on my phone and hold my finger over the call button ready to press send at any second, but I'm not even sure if I'll get reception. The only thing I can think over and over is, what have I done? I could barely even talk at this point. I needed to get out of this car ASAP. I asked her to pull over so I could pee. But it's just a bit further. No, I really need to go now. And she pulls the car to a stop and I grab my purse, telling her, I'll be right back. I go down a hill and take off running down into farmland. I can hear animals, and I am so scared I can hardly even see straight. I press myself up against the side of the hill and wait for about half an hour until I think she's gone. I walk for a bit until I come to some kind of community down a dirt road. The first house has a TV on and a Rottweiler guarding the house. I keep walking and come to the last house around the bend. The TV is on. I knock on the door and peek through the screen. There's a man with a serious mullet asleep on the couch. I knock. He kinda sits up and then sits back down and turns off the lamp. What the fuck? I knock again and say I need help. But nothing. All of a sudden he bolts up and does a double take at the girl standing in his doorway and runs outside. He can hardly contain himself. Oh my god. Oh my god. I give him a short version of my story, leaving out the part that my companion was a drag queen. He invites me in. I immediately find out that this guy is a taxidermist. He offers me juice. Just water, please. Milk? Just water, please. Kool-Aid. Sunny D. Coffee. Tea. Mountain Dew? I see the disbelief in his eyes that I refuse Mountain Dew, so he cracks one himself and chugs the entire thing in about 30 seconds flat. He cracks another one, and in a few minutes, I watch this man consume 3 Mountain Dews. He starts to tell me again what a nervous guy he is. Could it have anything to do with the Mountain Dew? And how this sort of thing happens on TV and he just can't believe this, and he's just so glad I'm okay. I ask for a ride to the airport. He agrees, except that he's been drinking a bit. Well, that's okay. We have time for him to sober up. He talks to me a lot for the next little while, showing me pics of the biggest fish he has ever caught and some taxidermy, a mountain squirrel that he shot with a BB gun. He showed me the fishing rod he had been in the process of patching with crazy glue and dental floss. And he told me how he hates the city. His friends once brought him to a bar where there were men dressed as women. This made me silently congratulate myself that I had left out the drag queen part of my story. Despite my better judgment, I ended up passing out on the lazy boy after he set an alarm. When it went off a few hours later, the closing credits to an X-Files rerun was playing its eerie music on the television. I woke him up and was soon dropped off at the airport just in time to catch my flight home. Whenever I tell this story, it feels unbelievable, even to me. It's so ripe with cliches. And the best part of the story? The helpful redneck told me at one point in the evening that there was really a casino in the area. Okay, so an update. And there were 3 other things that happened that I forgot to mention. 1. Chris originally mentioned that we would be going to a casino in town because it was more lively than the one that was further away. When we turned off onto the dirt road, she said we were going to the one that was further away because it was quieter than the one that was in town. So, there was a lie in a tense situation. 2. Before we made the turn, as we got further away from the lights of the city, she started getting strange and aggressive with me. She kept eagerly asking me if I was judging her like everyone else did. 3. She told me that she was a flight attendant from Florida with a layover. When we got in her car, it had Ohio license plates, and she excused this by saying it was a loaner from a friend. Well, you be the judge. Do you think Chris had bad intentions, or was she really taking me to a casino?